Defying Western critics, China's economic growth continues. From consumption to the digital economy, high-end manufacturing and quantum computing, today's China is thriving, thanks to modern technology. But can the country simultaneously sustain growth and safeguard the environment and the livelihoods of 1.4 billion people? Tomorrow's tech titans are emerging here in the city of Shenzhen, starting in the field of laser technology.
这是最准的尺，最亮的光，最快的速度。掌握了激光，我们就有无限可能。未来是属于智能驾驶的时代，而激光雷达就是智能汽车的眼睛。如何让这双眼睛看得更远、更清晰、更真实？ 同时，也让普通消费者都买得起，这是我们一直想解决的问题。我是谢鑫，一名激光雷达行业的创业者。
LiDAR, a three-dimensional laser scanning system that has revolutionized range measuring.
想要看得更清晰，一种很简单的方法就是叠加更多激光器，不停地叠加，目前最多加到128线。 但是，一套这样的设备几十万，对于消费者来说太过于昂贵。
In the global race to commercialize autonomous driving, reducing the cost of LiDAR devices is a crucial step. Sears Company boldly embarks on a brand new technological path, much different than the mainstream US-originated technology of the day.
我们在7年前选择了一个更加创新的方法。 当一束激光打到一个震动的镜子上，同样可以扫出一个面。只要镜子摆动足够快，就可以实现传统的激光雷达一样的效果，甚至更好。同时可以省去很多成本。
Their risky move paid off.
就是你不用担心我是委外车还是我们去怎么样测法，就是我们后续会把。
RoboSense has become a shining star in the LiDAR industry, taking up the largest market share in China.
现在自动驾驶这个事情，或者我们叫辅助驾驶这个事情慢慢起来，实际上也到了类似于功能机往智能机转变变革的这个关键节点了。现在对我们来说最兴奋的，就是我们刚好处在这样一个变革的节点。
In the past decade, China's government realized only through real, impactful innovations in the real economy can the country's overall economy continue to grow. A government going all out for innovation, combined with a consumer market of 1.4 billion people, has brought forth unprecedented changes.
从政策层面、整个资本层面、人才层面，大家的这种愿意去尝试新的东西，愿意去做一些比较难的东西，愿意去投入一些周期比较长的事情，其实整个的氛围都是在往这个方向转的。刚好处在这种大变革的这个时候，其实是对创业者来说是很幸福的一个事情。
RoboSense plans to roll out a smart assembly line by the end of 2022, with an annual production capacity of 1 million LiDAR devices. That will make LiDAR available to over 50 types of new energy vehicles, or NEVs. 50 kilometers away from the startup is China's largest NEV maker, BYD. While China's car ownership has doubled in the past decade, the annual new energy vehicle sales have increased nearly 300 times to over 3.5 million, the highest in the world. BYD, once a battery manufacturer, is one of the biggest beneficiaries of the country's new energy policies. And BYD cars have gone from this to this.
这就是后轮主动转向的一个主要作用。 大家好，我叫胡志明，2020年毕业于纽约城市大学的一名博士研究生，现在我是一名汽车工程师。Well, this is a car model. Actually, I have the same car in reality. 我回国，我认为从面子上来讲的话，我认为很有面子，因为我们是一个国际化公司。现在我主要从事的工作是智能底盘的研发，它是一项足以改变汽车整个发展历程的一项重大突破技术。
Quality, design, and innovation, and reasonable prices became the primary appeal for Chinese car consumers. This change attracts global talent who dreams of transforming the industry from the ground up.
就我们之前调教那个底萨斯的时候，因为传统底盘它想实现无人驾驶，没办法通过电信号直接去控制各个执行机构这样一个目的。那我们通过研发智能底盘，去用电信号控制各个执行机构，它是一个基石。想要实现无人驾驶，或者说实现智能车，那智能底盘它是一个必不可少的一个复杂系统。
Drones, 5G, internet, and autonomous driving. Chinese President Xi Jinping has been calling for innovation-driven, high-quality development, and the success story of Shenzhen might be the perfect example. But Shenzhen alone is not enough for the world's second-largest economy. The country needs more cities like it to rise. And here is one of them.
从1个亿到10个亿，他用了26年。20年起飞还是一个土憨憨，人称中国最赶的县城。
它不是博彩业，而是投资业。
过去10年，咱们国家主要城市里进步速度最快的是谁呢？那几乎呢，每一次投资呢都是梭哈。
从1000亿到接近1万亿，又只用了13年。
一跃成为全球最大的显示屏生产基地之一，集成电路产业集群。
中国新崛起的故事不是靠手气，我们靠的是手艺。
What about an unassuming inland city without abundant natural resources, being a national transport hub, or strong fiscal revenue? What if this city is also facing fierce competition from more than 30 other large cities? Could it too rise in 10 years' time, at a rate some may say unattainable? The city of Hefei achieved the impossible by investing smartly and decisively. Some say it was all pure luck.
合肥不是靠手气，手气指的运气，我们靠的是手艺。
With a 300% GDP jump, Hefei has made tens of billions of dollars by investing into industries and tech companies that have been deemed essential to China's future development. Chip making, next-gen screen manufacturing, new energy vehicles, and artificial intelligence are all pillar industries fueling the city's growth. Hefei is now one of China's 4 national scientific centres. From a grassroots government worker to the city's vice mayor, Zhu Sangli has been a part of almost every major investment made by the Hefei government in the past 20 years.
从表象来看是翻天覆地的变化，从内里来看是脱胎换骨的变化。就是合肥这10年成为全国增长速度最快的一个城市，也算一个网红城市。它的密码，内在密码是什么？一个地方要想提升整个地方经济的发展，产业放在是重中之重。只有你的产业发展了，科技的优势才能发挥。因为产业结构变化，所以推动我们整个科技创新，整个和产业的融合互动，科技的优势得到了极大发挥，这种城市的那种气质发生了变化。
But what sorts of industries should a city choose? Hefei has its standards.
所以你想，我们选产业，你看主要国家战略体系，战略性就是国家要干的事情，就有国家战略。你这东西国家想干，一定方向没错，具体看可能干不成。 大家思考、做研究。像芯片，这是国家下一步一定会正视的，会大发展的。我们国家是缺的，这是被国外一直控制的，这是我们要做的。
However, investment comes with risks. And to run a city, one must be daring without being reckless. First, build a team of expert-level officials. Second, form a proactive government. Third, push forward a well-functioning market mechanism. The rest is history. This has been the recipe for Hefei's success.
市场的逻辑是推动产业的发展，真正就是落实国家提出的，就是让要素在资源配置当中起决定性作用。
这一块来讲呢，还是一个新的热点。
Li Hongzhua runs the city's largest state-owned fund. His fund poured over $2.5 billion into a new base for Visionox, the fourth largest OLED screen manufacturer in the world. But achieving success would take much more than just money and promises.
为什么又挑中了合肥？如果官员们不懂产业，又不懂政策，我们就很难服。我们那么多钱投进去了，他会担心。然后呢，如果不对产业不了解，那么长的周期，他会着急的。政府他可能4年5年他就换了，你这政策怎么延续？但是这一些在合肥，它都能够就真的是说一张蓝图给你绘到底，而且也是一任领导接着一任干。
我举个例子，我们去年现在就前年了，我们谈一个项目，我们还有一个城市也在争，他们领导态度也非常好，只说了一个，说合肥给你 N 个政策，我就给你 N+1。你这个态度呢，固然很好，大家听着很感动，那像喝酒一样，我很豪爽。但实际上，你落到纸面上呢，最终大家放心在这干的，还是靠白纸黑字的协议啊。我协议越约束的越严谨，我后期履约才越可靠。
对，
我都没说到的事情，那后面是太多的不确定性，所以我这么一对比最后他项目到合肥了。
In the past decade, China produced over 81 million college graduates. This amount easily competes with the population of countries like Germany, which ranks 19th in the world, and is also above Thailand, France, and even the United Kingdom. Creating enough jobs for these college graduates has now become a key goal for every city in China.
产业变化以后，如果你是高端的产业，你应当吸引的就是高端的人才，高层次的人才。所以这个城市它就形成良性的互动了，优秀的人才留下来了，高端的科研平台、产业平台都有了，它就形成一种良性的，对吧？优秀人才越聚越多，产业发展越来越有活力，创新的能力越来越强。
More importantly, this development cycle will energize other market players, not just the city government.
很多项目我们可能作为一个基石投资人，或者说我们作为一个长期的这样一个投资人，然后以国资的这样一个身份来带动金融市场、资本市场或者是企业生态链里面的一些资源集聚，来共同围绕项目推进来发力，进而能把项目成功的、快速的做起来。
How fast could the speed be? From a barren land to a state-of-the-art smart factory, then to the day its first car appeared on the assembly line, it only took 1 year. Now, half of the city's economic growth comes from the tech sector. Across the nation, high-tech manufacturing and equipment manufacturing have been growing their contributions to the country's above-scale industrial value. The rapid rise of China's tech sector now has the US on high alert.
Statement: American tech rules the world. Yes, it does, but not in the gee-whiz field of quantum computing.
China is pouring billions into quantum computing education.
China is ahead of us in quantum computing.
And the US Congress passed a law in 2018 called the National Quantum Initiative Act in order to help catch up.
The Chinese research team announced to have achieved a significant quantum computing.
The United States has confirmed it will add dozens of Chinese companies to a trade.
The Biden administration has taken its first trade action against China.
The US also blacklisting more Chinese companies, including one of the country's top chip makers.
One of the many sanctions put on China has been on quantum technology.
经常有人说美国老瞧我的脖子太抠了。大家好，我是袁兰峰，量子科学的科普者。掌握了量子科技，就掌握了通向未来的钥匙。量子力学是当今物理学理论的两大支柱之一，可以说整个宇宙就是一台量子计算机。当今的很多技术，例如半导体、激光器和防光二极管，都是建立在量子力学基础上的。如果说过去10年中国的这个量子信息发展，那中国应该是说在量子信息这10年当中进步最大的一个国家。
While the US still leads global innovation, Chinese scientists are trying very hard to catch up. For example, in the quantum world, China competes head-to-head with the US. China has successfully demonstrated quantum supremacy and set a new global standard, rolling out the world's first communication network encrypted with quantum technology and established the most advanced quantum computers. These technological achievements are also related to Hefei. Quantum C-Tech, the world's first company specializing in quantum technology that went IPO, is headquartered in Hefei. Here, engineers are busy testing a device for a record-breaking quantum teleportation experiment on the world's first experimental quantum communication satellite.
被制裁的那一刻啊，有什么感觉？
骄傲。我其实没有什么感觉。为
什么骄傲？就觉得自己真的是做出一套的。
对啊，就是你也不会在意你就是脚底下一个小蚂蚁有没有走过去啊，但是你会就是觉得有一个人对你有威胁，你才会制裁他呀。
就会有这种紧迫感觉，我干嘛需要做得更好？如果我需要就是你说制裁我，是要做。
其实咱们已经实现国产化了，他们对我们的制裁影响，就是他制裁我们，说明他认可我们的能力，但是我们自己的能力要比他们预想的要高，就是他讲的骄傲感。做的越久，这个归属感会越强。我刚来公司的时候，其实机箱是很大的，而且它的那个运行方式跟现在都是不一样的。然后到他现在做的就已经很小的一个模块了。其实公司的产品一直是在迭代更新进步的，不会枯燥。之前我说做量子的，然后大家都讲你在做什么？然后现在就亲戚朋友就会问你，哎，你们公司上市了，然后你们公司那个产品就是京沪干线上新闻了，然后你就会很自豪的说，哎，这里面有个小模块我写的，就是那种自豪感和归属感。
From the research stage to achieving market-recognized technology, it takes a lot of patience.
不是说我一个量子技术拿到企业去，它拿去就能用，就能变成一个产品。就是我们走了13年，目前依然是一个这个起步阶段。一些前沿性的技术要能够走向应用，大家需要经过一个比较苦的、一个比较长的这样一个周期。
说在量子科学方面，中国是不断的取得了重大的进展啊！是潘建伟团队利用这个墨子号卫星，实现了2个地面站之间相距1200公里的量子隐形传态。这个就是在世界上领先的，这其他国家他们前面那个记录还没赶上呢。现在这个我们自己又把这个记录提高了10倍嘛。在这方面，中国是在世界上是遥遥领先的。另一方面，在中国自己要建一个叫做这个中国热核聚变实验堆CFETR 这个 East 为基础，这个 East 就是东方超环，就是实验先进超导托汉马克。
One of the most promising and ambitious applications of quantum mechanics is nuclear fusion. Chinese scientists are trying to master controlled nuclear fusion, which can provide a limitless and clean energy source for humankind. This is China's artificial sun project.
家里的微波炉只有500瓦，啊，我们这儿的微波炉是全世界最大的，是10兆瓦，就比家里的微波炉大2万倍。所以你家里的只能点到，比如说几十度到几百度，我们这儿就能到几百万度、几千万度。我们所有的技术指标都是世界上最高参数的。很多东西只有在这儿才能做，其他地方做不了。
The core of the Sun is 15 million degrees Celsius. On December 30th, 2021, this donut-shaped reactor smashed a new record. It reached 8 times the temperature of the Sun's core for a stunning 1,056 seconds.
这个太阳是被磁场悬浮起来的，那么这个磁场也是特殊的磁场，我们叫超导磁场，就是要在降到零下269度这个磁场，把一个上亿度的东西悬浮起来。那这是你可以想象出来，就是地球上2个极端，最冷的和最热的要放在一起来。人类的梦想、国家的需求和我们科学家的兴趣非常有机地结合在一起。我们想，无论是老一代科学家，我这一代还有下面这一代，都有一个梦想，而且都拼命想做，就是第一个发电的聚变的这个电站，必须在中国。
Once accomplished, the energy problem will be solved once and for all. But it will take decades. Before that, China must deal with a more pressing issue: how to provide enough energy to meet the rapidly rising demand of an expanding economy. These advanced industries need a lot of power. And for China's 1.4 billion people, the demand continues to rise. In the past decade, power generation has almost doubled in China. China still relies on coal for most of its energy. A decade ago, the industry was still highly fragmented, with a great number of smaller mines that were highly polluting and had problems with safety.
China has more than doubled construction of new wind and solar plants over the past year.
It's the biggest climate commitment ever made by any nation.
In order to improve the country's energy infrastructure, action must be taken right away. In its drive to transition to a renewable energy future, for the past 10 years, China has been busy reorganizing and upgrading its coal industry, closing almost 70% of its coal mines, phasing out outdated coal production capacity by more than 1 billion tons per year. Reducing coal reliance while meeting a never-ending demand for more power, can China rise to the task? The first clue to the answer is here, at Heidai-go in Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, China's largest open-pit coal mine. Changes are already well underway. It's as big as 7,000 soccer fields. These beasts are working 24/7, producing 100,000 tons of coal every day. That meets the annual electricity demand for some 500,000 households.
I 我叫宋成鹏，现在在国能总能集团海带沟露天煤矿任副矿长。我们这里边的煤炭质量非常好， 它呢低硫、特低磷，具有较高的发热量，可以说是咱们中国呀最好的煤炭之一了。那是咱们露天矿行业里边可以说是国产化，最好的。它的一天呢，生产能力大概4到5万吨左右。这下面的这是煤，大概平均厚度呢是28.8米。这个煤层呢上面呢是岩石。
The underground coal layer can be as deep as a 60-story building. The quickest way to reach the black gold? An explosion. Engineers are now operating a new generation of automated explosive vehicles. First, they have to drill holes in the surface layer. Next, some 1,300 tons of dynamite is dropped into the hollowed-out chambers and detonated, transforming a 130-meter-deep layer of rock into rubble.
10年前想象不了，因为10年前大伙儿就是这产量，这个设备，所以我们现在设备的更新、人员的更新，还包括很多从自动化到智能化的提升，或者到我们2025年无人驾驶。
Half a month later, everything is ready.
就是第一个，第一排的水能集团黑带沟露天煤矿，2022年北区第3次抛掷爆破，准备起爆，5、4、3、2、1，起爆！想的还可以，这块儿很担心这个效果会不好，会出不去。但是现在看这个情况，还不错，还比预想的要好很多，辛苦没有白费，挺好。行吧，这就可以了，收工。
Heidaigo open pit coal mine produces 34 million tons of coal per year. There are 72 giant coal mines like this across the nation, with an annual output of over 10 million tons. By the end of 2021, large modern coal mines have taken 72% of the total coal production in China. However, upgrading the coal mining industry is just the first phase. The next is reducing the carbon footprint as much as possible.
粉煤灰来讲，如果我们不利用，它是我国最大的工业固体废弃物。那么，包括从2011年到2021年，国家一直在出台政策，我们如何利用大宗固体废弃物？那么这个里面，第一大固体废弃物就是粉煤灰，那么第二个就是煤矸石，这两个都是我们露天开采它最大的一个固体废弃物。
Coal gang is the solid waste that is generated during the mining and washing process, and accounts for 10 to 15% of total coal production. 5 kilometers away from the coal mine, this coal gang power plant can turn waste into power.
我们发出来的电进入锰硒电网以后，再输送到北京，华北电网京津塘地区。这个规模呢，是我们现在每天大概有100万多的电量输送到北京，落到这个北京的千家万户。
In the summer, Beijing uses up 10 million kilowatt hours of electricity a day. By turning waste into fire, this plant generates enough electricity to meet the needs of Beijing for 2 hours daily during the hottest months of the year. And it's all done in the greenest way possible.
因为我们循环硫化厂机组发电的时候，我们的这个燃烧温度相对比较低，它的燃烧温度在 850度左右，相比那个煤粉炉的燃烧温度，活跃中心1400-1500度的看，它属于一种低温燃烧，所以产生的这个氮氧化物、二氧化硫这些污染物相对的要少，所以是一种煤炭的绿色清洁利用方式。
By the end of 2021, China's ultra-low emission firepower units accounted for 77% of the total. Now, more power plants have made it their goal to achieve near zero emissions.
还能够产22年，到时候煤挖完了怎么办？
现在呢，煤炭市场还是比较好，所以呢，我们还是能赚到钱。但是呢，煤炭就如你所说，总有挖完的一天。10多年来啊，我们就一直在想，未来我们怎么办？
大概再有30年，我们这块就没有煤了，没有煤了，我们怎么办？这个城市怎么办？因为这个城市当年刚开始建的时候，它也是一片什么都没有。
Their future lies also in the coal ashes.
技术创新啊，你整个就是国家的发展，全是要靠科技的。包括就是我们也一样，现在我们这种技术就相当于把煤矸石也能利用，然后粉煤灰也能利用，我煤炭到最后全变为产品。
Their new technology can produce 4,000 tons of aluminum oxide a year from coal ashes.
去除里面的氯化钙、氯化钾、氯化钠、氯化镁等氯化物杂质，最终得到的氧化铝就是我们这个氧化铝成品。实现了煤由黑到白的一个变化，一个华丽转身，相当于提高了煤炭的附加值。因为我们做过测算，就是说1吨煤我们直接把它卖掉，我的利润是多少？然后按照我们这个产业化技术，就高质化利用技术，大概煤炭的价格会翻18倍，就利润这块。所以就相当于对煤炭的高质量发展起到一个促进作用。固废就是利用的最终目标，就是说实现净零排放。以后我的煤可以就是现产，通过我们这个技术，逐渐的就是相当于你原来的利润还不变，只是通过另一种形式去把它转化过来，那么也能延续当地的经济。
For now, coal remains the primary source of China's energy supply. The country has determined to gradually phase out coal. The proportion of firepower in total power generation has decreased by over 10% in the past decade. In the meantime, clean energy now accounts for more than 60% of the increase in energy consumption in China. Now, the urgent question is, can new clean energy sources come on stream quickly enough to fill the gap left by coal? Near the sea off Guangdong province in South China, a group of engineers are working to turn the tides.
我叫杜胜磊，是一个80后，目前主要从事海上风电的工程和研发相关的工作。
我叫赵胜华，今年38岁，从事风电行业13年。
我叫李楚章，今年33岁，在中广核南鹏岛珍珠湾海上风电场，从事一个执掌工作。
海上风电最神奇的地方就是我们在一望无际的大海上，一个建在豆腐上的超级工程，施工难度非常大，而且施工的周期也非常长。大自然的风能通过风机的采集，然后转化成我们可以利用的电能，输送到千家万户。
这个73的风机就像我的孩子一样，我是这样，要把它当成自己的孩子一样的照顾好。
It took a year to build this wind farm of 73 turbines. This wind farm produces the same amount of energy each year that would be produced from burning 300,000 tons of coal. Wind farms like these are being built all over the country. Today, China has become the world's largest provider of wind, solar and hydropower. After making coal greener and boosting clean energy capacity, the final step is how to get it where it needs to go. The big challenge comes from China's vast geography. The country's inland solar and wind farms, hydropower plants and geothermal power plants are in the west, while most of the power and energy demand comes from the eastern coastal provinces. Here at the Guangdong Power Grids Dispatch Center, engineers are coordinating the distribution of all kinds of clean energy from across the nation, including that from the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region more than 4,000 kilometers away.
广东来讲呢，有1/3的这个电力是来自于西电东送。站在当时，确实是很难想象的，因为当时我们西电东送只是送到1000万，我们就觉得已经是非常非常大的事情。那么现在实际输送的这个容量已经超过4000万，离不开解放思想离不开我们脚踏实地的把这个事儿给干成。
Today, China has nearly 50,000 kilometers of ultra-high voltage transmission lines. It's the largest power grid in the world and continues to expand. By the year 2030, wind and solar energy will provide over 1.2 billion kilowatts of power, accounting for more than half of the country's total in 2020. Through all these measures, small coal mines have been closed down, coal production methods have been upgraded, and there has been a noticeable increase in the use of green energy. Now, China has built its own nationwide smart grid. As a true believer in global warming, China plans to reach carbon neutrality in 2060, after it peaks in carbon emission in 2030. As for Song Chung-pung, his dream will finally be realized when he retires.
最终呢，我们想把这一片呢，全部把它变成樟林草原。煤炭呢是大自然给我们的馈赠，我们最大的愿望呢，就是把这儿全部变成绿色，然后来回馈给大自然。
Technology or economic growth is only important to the extent that people are empowered by having better lives and achieving more. In 2013, China surpassed the US to become the world's largest e-commerce market. In the same year, a photography revolution kicked off. Drones entered the mass market, and these changes transformed a young girl's life. As she surfs the sea, Yang Yang, a self-taught photographer, perhaps recalls the days when she was doing 2 jobs, one in fast food, the other as a car washer.
我们是通过义工招聘的这个渠道去联系到杨洋。
哇，他原来是摄影的，而且还很厉害，整个就高大全。他真的挺牛的，是一个极限摄影师。
我当时还一度以为他是一个男孩子，因为他剃了短发嘛，比较喜欢男孩子这些运动。其实下海的背影照拍起来也挺好看的。
The world could be muted to Yang Yang. But that doesn't affect her pursuing a life of freedom and possibilities.
单说到杨洋的这个摄影作品，我最开始很欣赏他，也是因为我觉得照片是一个必须要声音的东西。但是他个人来说的话，其实他也不太去关注那些很嘈杂的声音。
现在如果有更多的他们这类人能更好的找到工作或者找到自己合适的位置，以及他们自己喜欢做的事，这个是一个正常趋势才对，也是一个健康的模式才对。我感觉大家对杨洋的话还是蛮认可、蛮赞同的，都很喜欢他嘛。有好多年轻人，他们也是 向往的自由啊，这种无拘无束的生活呀。
Yang Yan now spends her time enjoying herself on the beaches of Hainan. She started the journey of life in a small county in Chongqing in southwestern China. 9 years ago, she was still a young girl, dreaming of adventures outside her hometown. In China's online shopping boom, a company offered her a chance to be a part-time photographer in Hangzhou, the hub of China's e-commerce.
那也想睡觉啊，要到处跑。因为10年没在屋头过春节了，反正残疾人呐、聋哑人他不是可以进厂那些噻，自己养活自己嘛。他呀又不进厂。
But bending to norms doesn't apply to Yang Yan.
你骂他是没用的，他都是那个性格的。你还骂他把着开跑。我都喜欢他更稳定点，他搞那个到处跑。杭州回来跑到海口去了。
After saving 3 months' salaries, she bought her first drone. Something she'd always dreamt of. So well did she master the operation of this machine that her skills won her a National Drone Photography Award.
"以前我也是搞摄影的。以前嘛老房间嘛，晚上窗在那拉了，照个红灯儿就可以洗了。反正2岁的样子拍那个，这个买得早，这是86年买的，暑假。那还利用。那10年呢，变化还是比较大，先从摄影嘛，好后头啊，现在搞无人机摄影呢，还是比较欣慰了，还是那起码自己能养活自己嘛。希望他以后越搞越好。
Drone operators, baristas, commercial live streamers, and professional computer gamers. Hundreds of new lines of work emerged in the past decade. And many, like Yang Yan, are empowered to make the choices they really want to make for themselves. The service sector takes up 48% of employment in China, providing jobs for over 746 million people. Over 22 million are in the catering industry. while another 13 million find jobs in food delivery services.
过去10年其实是中国餐饮行业快速、野蛮、
边采边撒辣店、
蓬勃向上发展的一个10年。大家都叫我菲比，是我的英文名字，因为我以前做了11年的这个出国考试留学的这个英语老师。成都妹子嘛，本来就喜欢吃，就从小就吃着串串香长大的。然后就选了一个自己最熟悉的一个消费产品去做。
Li Peiwan was once an English tutor. She capitalized on China's startup boom by creating her own hotpot brand.
很多消费者都是通过什么流量平台看到了好玩的呀、好看的呀，然后他会根据这个内容，他说：“哎，我要不要去？”
The digital economy was a key contributor for small and medium businesses to thrive in China.
改变这个行业最大的一个点，可能还是媒体属性的一个改变，就是我们这10年其实是应该叫做中国的一个自媒体发展的10年。一些草根餐饮，它的这样的一个人均消费，它的这个盈利是难以去支撑购买这个传统媒体资源的。当自媒体时代，然后它的整个就是宣传的这样的一个成本，其实是大大降低了的。
The digital economy has been growing at an average rate of 15.9% since 2012, taking up 40% of the country's GDP. The country's digital boom gives a chance for Li Peiwan to not only grow something on her own, but also create jobs to help others.
这是一个好的时代，我这样开玩笑讲的，就是捡钱你也得弯腰啊！一打开门，就是你知道，就是你下面有那么小200号人，它就代表着小200个家庭，就是要为了这小200个家庭能够过上一个安稳的、有稳定收入的，并且还能够持续品质上升的生活，会有这样的一个就是使命感在里面。
Seeing a ready audience among China's younger generations and booming digital market, Li and her team came up with a song to celebrate the 10th year since the founding of her hotpot brand. China's booming service industry has been creating more and more jobs. The average person's income has more than doubled in the past decade. Meanwhile, China's manufacturing sector is wrestling with the services sector for younger members of the workforce. By 2025, Chinese factories will be short of 30 million skilled workers. This vocational school is expected to help narrow the labour gap, in particular building and operating high-speed rail.
我们的氧气瓶位置和数量，3号位改变开关。我是卓红慧，今年25岁，是一名技校老师，现在正在教授接触网基础知识这一门专业课程。
我叫苏浩，今年17岁，是一名技校的学生。我的梦想是从事就是在地铁上班，或者在铁路局上班。
我叫张建豪，来自四川大凉山，今年17岁了。哎，忘了，我等一
下。他是觉得就是小时候见过几次，开火车的司机，然后觉得特别帅，所以在职业学校里就选择了城管这个专业。
我们总共有8个地方是要教课。8 Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. 两项之间
Now, these motivated kids are proving they're equally good as others.
你会很心疼那些孩子，真的，因为你看得到他的付出，你知道，哇，他付出的努力，然后时间精力是其他孩子的好几倍，好几倍。就是始终我觉得，学生就是要老师引导他往前走的。聪不聪明，真的不一定是一个优点，但是努力绝对是一个优点。
我觉得比以前努力多了。有些人生下来就是从小在蜜罐里面长大嘛。我们凉山的孩子很多都是小时候特别苦嘛，有很多小孩一件衣服穿了好几年，好几年，穿本来是白色的衣服，穿黑了，然后洗了还是黑色的，放在那里晾。但是很多凉山的人很多现在都脱贫了嘛，就是想回去改造一下自己的家乡吧。
In the past decade, China has laid over 30,000 kilometres of high-speed rail track. This has brought the total length up to 40,000 kilometres, equivalent to the circumference of the planet. It's also equivalent to building Japan's bullet train railway systems every year. This means that in order to operate, manufacture and maintain this gargantuan network, the country must continue to harvest the best talent it has to offer.
我们电力机车生产的时候，我们现在追求的是一个精度，制造业也好，或者是我们的什么服务行业也好，我们是在本行业内要求我们的水平在上升。我们这个人才梯队已经出现了危机了。我的同学进了电力机车厂嘛，他们是制造电力机车的，他那个年龄段18岁以下的2个人，全场200多号人，我们不能用机器代替的部分都是需要人的，但是人从哪儿来呢？
或者到站来干什么？减速或者什么停车。现在我们刚刚讲了。
Today, 70% of new frontline workers contributing to China's modern manufacturing, new services and other emerging industries come from vocational schools like this one. And these schools are giving many young people a chance to pursue the career they desire, motivating those who are from less privileged background. New legislation has placed vocational education on an equal footing with general education. China already has the world's largest vocational education system. Enjoying almost free tuition, some 30 million students have already been enrolled in the sector. That means 30 million growing dreams.
很好啊，非常棒！来，我们的课代表给他贴上。
想变成有钱、长得帅，然后有才华的人吧，在自己喜欢的岗位上能有一番成就的人。
以后就可以在铁路局有一个很好的职位，车站员呐。调度员什么。
Since China's reform and opening up, hundreds of millions of hard-working migrant workers supported China's economic miracle. Now, the new generations coming of age in this era are making their dreams come true. From innovation to structural changes, charging through challenges and uncertainties, China has been on its way to modernization.
我们提出并贯彻新发展理念，着力推进高质量发展，推动构建新发展格局，实施供给侧结构性改革，制定一系列具有全局性意义的区域重大战略，我国经济实力实现历史性跃升。中国式现代化是人口规模巨大的现代化， 是全体人民共同富裕的现代化，是物质文明和精神文明相协调的现代化，是人与自然和谐共生的现代化，是走和平发展道路的现代化。中国式现代化为人类实现现代化提供了新的选择